Okay, today's lesson is going to be on why the town of Rochfortbridge actually was built where it is now built. So we have already looked at these factors in our book. They are altitude and relief, land quality, drainage, and how rivers influence the location of towns. So the first factor which will influence the location of a town is altitude and relief. So if we look at our map of Rochfortbridge, we will see that the contour lines are widely spaced apart, right? Very widely spaced apart. And this indicates to us that this is gently sloping or lowland. And towns in Ireland were built in lowland areas. First of all, it's very easy to build roads, very easy to build houses. And secondly, lowland areas are much warmer than highland areas. They have lower levels of rainfall and they have higher temperatures, because we learned that the higher up you go, the colder it gets. So lowland area has a much milder climate. The second reason why Rochfortbridge was built at this location is land quality. Now, if we look at our map, we will see that this is all lowland area, and that would indicate to us that it is good quality farmland. So a town like Rochfortbridge would have started off as a place where farmers from this area would have come together to buy and sell their goods, to trade their goods. So it would have started off as having a market function. The third reason is drainage. Now, towns are built where land is well drained. Towns are, you will not build a town where it is marshy. So we can see on this map that there are lots of streams and rivers around Rochfortbridge. That means that the water from the land is able to drain into these rivers. So we can see then that the land around here is well drained. Finally, our fourth reason why Rochfortbridge would have begun at this place, and it's probably the most important reason, is the influence of the river. So if we look at our map of Rochfortbridge, we can see that the Derry River here flows through Rochfortbridge. Now, the river would have had a huge influence on this settlement. First of all, we can see that the town began at a bridging point on the river. So this was a point on the river where it was narrow enough to build a bridge. And where you have a bridging point, then roads will meet. Now, this blue line here indicates the motorway, the M6, and it's bypassing the town. Okay? So that motorway is recently built. Okay? So we can deduce that this road here would have once been a national routeway through the town. So if this is the M6, in the old days this would have been the N4. So Rochfortbridge then would have been a place where the N4 meets with the R400 going this way. So you have a crossroads. And where you have a crossroads, where you have roads meeting, then goods and services are available in that area. Okay? And it would have increased trade in the town, and as a consequence, the town would have grown in size. Another influence that the river would have is that in the old days the river would have provided fresh water for people. It would have also provided food in the form of fish. And finally, in the early days when Ireland would have been covered in a lot of woodland, the river would have been a good means of transport from one place to another. So, just to recap then, the town of Rochfortbridge grew or developed at this particular spot because The land was lowland, it was well drained, it was a point where the river could be easily bridged, a number of roads met, and trade began to increase at this spot as a result.